Hello there and good day traders. Welcome to today's strategy tutorial video titled Determining Trend Using Moving Averages. Now, this tutorial video is powered and sponsored by FXCC. It's organized by FX Geometry, the Trading Institute, and is delivered or presented by myself, Ken Simon of FX Geometry. Now, welcome once again, and we shall then go on to the next slide before we go further into the details and the syllabus of what I'll be teaching you guys today. Now, just a bit of a risk warning. I won't bore you with the whole page, so you can read in your own time, but I'll just read you the first paragraph, if that's okay. All financial instruments, including forex or currency trading, all have large potential rewards, but they also have large potential risk. You must be aware of the risk and be willing to accept them in order to invest in these markets. Don't trade with money you can't afford to. So I'll leave the rest of the paragraphs for you to read in your own time. Now, what are the syllabus that we will be covering today? We'll start with the introduction, a little bit about the moving average that I'll be talking about today to determine trend or help you determine trend directions. It's called the exponential moving averages, and we will be using the period of 50, the 100, and the 200 applied on the close. I'll show you more about what that all means once we go on to the FXCC MP4 platform. Now, and then we'll go on to the application of these exponential moving averages, a little bit about how the candles moves with the exponential moving averages as well, and then I'll take you through on the art of clustering time frames, which is one of the most important part of this webinar or this tutorial today. Okay, and then we'll come into putting all of the things that I've mentioned and talked about into a sort of strategy to determine trend directions or to identify trend. Okay, so let's get on to the FXCC MT4 platform at this stage, and we go on to understanding a lot more about how do we apply this simple strategy. Now we'll start off with the 1 hour chart. As you can see, I'm onto the 1 hour Euro USD chart. Got 3 lines. I would like to show you how it would look like having all these 3 exponential moving averages already applied onto your platform. If they're applied, you would see that these 3 lines would look something like this onto the candlestick chart. Okay, but I'll just take you through from the very scratch or the very basics of how you would apply that. Now we'll get rid of all these lines first. Okay, that's the 50. We've got second. We've got the 100 right there, and the last one, the 200. So we've got the 50, the 100, and the 200. So how do we apply that? Very simply, go onto the insert tab right there, indicators, and because of this, these moving averages are classified as trend indicators. There are a couple of other categories of or type of indicators. They would come under either a trend indicator, trend type indicator, oscillators, volumes, or even momentum type indicator. So these ones here, the moving averages itself that I'm teaching you guys today, would be used only or solely to determine trend, not for entries or exits or like any other strategies, but strictly and solely on determining trend. Okay, so this is what I do and use moving averages to determine trend onto the strategy of geometric patterns analysis as well, that we will talk about more when we come to it next in the other webinars. Okay, so we've got trend, and you click onto the moving average right there. We'll start off with the first moving average, which is a 50. The period would be 50 right there. You could change the MA method from simple, which is the default one, to exponential, and leave that to apply to close. Okay, we'll leave the exponential and close, and we will be only changing the period right there as well as the color. I'll usually start off with a lighter shade of color that I can. In this case, it's a blue, so we've got light blue. We have that as 50 exponential on the lightish type blue, and we'll click on that, and we've got that. Now, the only reason we change the colors is to give you an idea of differentiation between these moving averages. Okay, that's it. So we go into the insert and go into indicators once more. I'll repeat the whole process so you get an idea of how you apply them, and you change the period like I've mentioned to 100 this time, okay, and leave exponential and close again, and perhaps a little darker color, and you've got the 100 right there. Okay, and the last one would be same process, trend right there, moving average, change that period to 200, and the darkest color there, and you leave that exponential and close, and you've got these three lines applied onto your chart, onto your MT4 FXCC platform. Now, this is a 1 hour chart that we're looking at now. I'd like you to just imagine that you would operate in a cluster of 3 time frames. It could either be the 5 minutes of 15:30, the M1, the 5 minutes 15. It's entirely up to you, but we would be running another webinar that would then help you understand the link between your equity with time frames. So quite a number of traders out there, or majority of traders, that would then be picking time frames without linking it up with equity. So we'll cover that into the next webinar. That's really interesting under the category of risk and money management as well, where we'll be talking about lot sizing and everything else. So if it is a short term, for example, you could cluster as easy as the 3 time frames of 5 minutes, 15, and 30. You could make that as your cluster of 3. Okay, you could make the 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. Now, in this case of tutorial here today, we'll be clustering 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. So if we cluster the 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily, you can easily see the 1 hour as your short term, the 4 hour as your medium term, and the daily as your long term. What we would like to see or would like to know is to look into the behavior of candles. Behavior of candles meaning whether or not these candles are trading currently above all 3 lines or under all 3 lines. If they are above all 3 lines, it's a good sign that the buyers are dominating, so it's uptrend. If these candles are under all 3 lines, then the dominating traders would be the sellers trying to pull prices down. What if it's trading, in this case, sideways, like what's happening right now? We're on a live market environment with the Euro USD 1 hour chart trading at 1.135354 area, but the candles, as you can see, they are within all 3 lines, and they're not really trading or classes of candles trading above all these 3 lines or under all 3 lines. And the other thing that you need to notice is you've got these lines touching each other. You've got the 2 lines of 50 and the 100, they're just entangled. We do not want entanglement. If you've got entanglement and you've got the candles moving like sideways and you've got candles within all 3 lines, that's communicating to us that the market could probably be in uncertainty mode, or they're holding on, awaiting something to happen before they break out, okay, to the upside or the downside. So in this case, in summary, 1 hour charts, not very clear, sentiments a bit uncertain. Traders are a bit uncertain, holding on, wondering what the direction will take, okay? What if we go on to the medium term of the 4 hour chart? Now with the 4 hour chart, as you can see, you've got a little bit of support going on here. We're not looking at candles behaving the same way as it did on the 1 hour chart, okay? You're looking at candles a little bit above all 3 lines, a little bit, not too much, but it's found support and bounced upwards. So this is giving us a bit of a hint that there's an uptrend on the medium term of the 4 hour chart. Now, let's move on to the daily chart. Now, when you go into the daily chart, it's a whole different story. It's clear, it offers clarity to the upside, okay? You've got candles, as you can see, they're quite far above all 3 lines, are above all 3 lines. It's way up here at this moment of time, these candles, cluster of candles as well. Now, if you look at the behavior of the way the 3 lines move, you could see that the 3 lines are not entangled to one another. You've got very clear split between the 3 lines, and it's pointing upwards, giving you that hint that there may be clarity to the upside, the directions pointing upwards, okay? So here on the daily chart, in summary, it's trading strongly to the upside, bullish momentum, okay, or bullish sentiments. So here itself, you could then make out a very simple conclusion by saying that the 1 hour shows a bit of uncertainty. It's not very clear because candles are not above or under all trend, three exponential moving average lines. And on the 4-hour chart, you've got a little bit more clarity, but you're looking into an early start of an uptrend kind of thing in the 4-hour chart, because it's peaked out of the 3 lines and it's finding support, trying to move upwards. Okay, so you've got that going on there. So medium term's giving you more hint, and then the daily chart has got more strong upward type momentum. Now, what we usually do with the FX Geometry Institute is to mentor mentees or students to understand how to pick and choose all these strategies, whether they are trend, price action, psychological numbers, and everything else, to incorporate them into a trade plan that we call it PRICE. So that would be also covered onto various other webinars, series of webinars that will take you through onto a balanced approach, combining technical pattern trading as well with fundamentals with geopolitical factors too. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that. Hope that has been put to you in as simple as I'm able manner. And with any questions, do contact me via FX Geometry, kenny@fxgeometry.com, and with any questions that you may have on the platform FXCCMP4, feel free to contact their support. It's always ready to help at any moment of time. So have a very good day. Thank you for attending my webinar, and we'll see you soon in my next webinar. Thank you. Bye-bye.